interview questions. Because some super cool guy called Ivan sent me interview questions. Yes, so Ivan, this is for you. And okay, those are interview questions, so it's pretty damn cool. Yeah. If ever you want to ask me anything, like the Q&A is on. So go ahead, ask me questions. You can drop your questions in the live chat on YouTube, and I'm going to be answering Ivan's actual questions. Now, he does say, and I don't know if that is true or not, because you never know. Sometimes some people, they ask me for interview questions and they're not really journalists. But he did say he was a real journalist, and he did say that these questions were for Play Game Magazine. Who knows Play Game Magazine here? Do you know Play Game Magazine? I mean, do you? If you do, leave a comment. So, Play Game Magazine, I think it's like the magazine for PlayStation. So I have no ideas why PlayStation would want to interview me. That's where it gets a bit weird, you know. But at the same time, maybe he just used the fact that he's a real journalist for Play Magazine, and well, he just wanted to ask me some personal question and couldn't in any other way, which is okay. I'm sure everybody who has a bit of power uses it sometimes. So we're gonna go to that Play Game. I haven't heard of it. It's called Play Game Magazine. You can Google it. Google it. Tell me what you find, okay? Now, are you ready? It says, Hello, Piper. Well, that's pretty easy so far. So, hello. I knew you from watching your videos where you did sports bra test. You guys remember sports bra versus no bra? Yeah, that was the video that pulled me to fame. 18 million views. It was crazy. And now he asks, what was it like creating that video? So that's actually a pretty good question. What was it like for me to create the sports bra versus no bra video, my viral video that you cannot find on the internet anymore? Maybe not, because I deleted it from everywhere because due to YouTube's community guidelines and all that, it wouldn't pass the test anymore. It was a bit too sexy and erotic for the time being now. Back then, it was like adpocalypse. It kind of worked. Okay, so the whole idea about sports bra versus no bra was to make something sexy and funny, like I usually do. So went out, got a actual jump rope, because the whole video's name was sports bra versus no bra jump rope test. Got a jump rope and then tested a sports bra, a regular bra, and just a white t-shirt with no bra, and then no bra. Yeah, there was 4 of them. Actually, it was a fun day, but the thing is, I'm really bad at jump rope, so I got really angry in the video because I wasn't able to jump rope as a professional. You see them as yeah, so easy. And then I tried, and it just it broke. One of the jump rope broke, and then the other one, well, it kind of lasted, so it was okay. But I thought to myself, oh, I should have bought the other ones at Canadian Tire. There was other ones that were the real ones, real elastic plastic ones, and I just took the ones that are really bad, that are kind of in rope ones, and they were okay, but not the best. And this video, well, it was filmed in 720, I guess 780. No, 780? Yeah, 780p. 720, that's the right word. I was filming 720, and back then I was doing almost all my videos in 1080. Yeah, I was putting quality into that, but not this video. For some reason, just mishap, filmed it in 720. And guess what? It's the video that got viral that made me famous. So nothing went as planned, and it just so happened that that's what happened. So what was it making this video? Well, I didn't know it was going to be viral. I wasn't I guess Taylor Swift being okay, this is going to be a 1 million view video. No, I wasn't engineering it. We were just doing daily videos back then, and that just kind of happened. So it was just another video until it wasn't anymore. And now people just remember me for that. Pretty cool, right? So you never know. You never know which one is gonna work. Okay, so people actually found the magazine. See? Making news covered sports, politics, as well as general news and person on the street episode. Yeah, that could be cool. See? So that works. So that's Play Game Magazine. That's the magazine. So hello, Play Game people. I'm Piper Blush. And, well, this is me answering questions for you. Now, but tell me, are you a girl who makes different content? I'm not sure what you mean by that. And how did creating content for YouTube come about? Okay, so long story short about this one, I was actually making adult videos. Before I was on YouTube, I was just an adult producer like many other ones, but like an independent one. I wasn't like in a big firm like Brazers or something like that. No, it was against all the whole idea about that because it's still content and all that thing. So I was really like independently producing content for my own, I guess, in that sense, in a very intimate settings with like same person and all that. It was very nice. Plus the quality of the videos, the artistry behind it, like the way we took time to do the text and all that. It was just like a different type of pornography. It's called like beautiful porn, but there's a lot of different things you can call it, artistic porn. So that was I was doing that. But then I got so mad about all of these like big sites like Pornhub, Xvideo, XNXX stealing all my content. So every new video I would produce for my own website, personal own website, they would then be on these platforms for free and I would touch no money. And then, well, it was very frustrating because you send DMCA and you send like things to take off these videos, but these big sites, now you all know this because you probably all seen the documentaries, but they actually hire people to purchase memberships on websites like mine, like independent websites, and then they just take all the content and re-upload it for free, and then they put it in a really bad, like pixelated, like, you know, they put it in like 480, you know, like not even 720. It's really bad. And then you pay $1, and then you pay like the premium on Pornhub, and then well they make it more beautiful. But I didn't make any money from that. It was stolen content, and they actually hire people to steal that content from you, from like independent creators that are like smaller. Which is awful. It's just awful. So every day you wake up, and every day people are like, yeah, I can see your content for free, and you need to eat, you know, and you're producing this content and you're not getting paid for it, and it's there for free, and people think it's just free. And there was like this huge, well, it's still like that porn is free, and because it's sex it should be free. I mean, I'm all against that. It's so not true. If you're like doing something like a service or producing something, of course it's gonna cost you something to do it, and there can be some art related to it and some eroticism or whatever you want to call it. So people just were saying that like porn is free and that's okay. And I was getting so sick of it that at one point, well, decided that maybe if I made more, like more money, it wouldn't bother me, like in that sense, or not bother me as much. That's why I will decide to open a YouTube channel that would kind of push all of my other websites. So let's stop using the P word now. But push all of these other websites by going mainstream, like safe for work, and then redirecting to not safe for work, which made a lot of sense, you know? So that's why I opened a YouTube channel and started doing daily vlogs, a bit in the sense of, or in the style of Casey Neistat. Because if you do dailies, of course you're going to become famous. We're talking like, almost 8 years ago now. 8 years ago. So it was the way you would do it. You would still have like Justin Bieber and everybody on YouTube. So it was great. And, well, after like a month, I just became viral with the sports bra versus no bra jump rope test video. Just became viral. And that was like crazy. So I was finally like, well, okay, I can stop doing like pornographic videos that are anyway being stolen. If I don't do porn, well, nobody's gonna steal it, because who wants to steal no porn? Like, it's not worth it. So that's what I did. I started doing just like erotic photos, videos, tease, boudoir, whatever you want to call it, but no more of that type of content. And, well, okay, my content was still being stolen and still put on all these websites for free, but at least I knew that I was not like kind of, you know, feeding the monster. So that really helped me. I felt a lot better knowing that I wasn't doing that in that sense. Now laws have changed, and like websites are a lot different than what they used to be with the arrival on OnlyFans and like really girls and models retaking possession of their content, and well, Pornhub having issues with other type of issues, meaning that now they need to be a bit safer and they can't just like user uploaded content cannot just be like any user uploaded content in that sense. So I think that answers the question. That is why I started my YouTube channel, and then that's why also I stuck with it. But I'm still doing other things, as you can see in the link tree right down here. To kind of complement the two, I love doing sexy. Unfortunately, YouTube is kind of a prude when it comes to how far I would like to go on YouTube. So I need to respect the YouTube boundaries. And that's what I do. I respect all the YouTube boundaries. I make my content. I have fun with it. My fans love it. And if you want to see more, well, there's other places for that because other platforms offer different types of policies and terms and conditions and community guidelines. So there's a bit of something for everybody out there, but that's why I'm everywhere. I'm Piper Blush and I'm everywhere. You don't believe me? Just Google me. And that's how you're gonna find me on pretty much anywhere you wanna support me. And also, well, in different mediums, depending on like the spectrum you want me at. Hardcore or like more like softcore, you know? It just depends. There's something for everybody out there. Okay, now. I saw that you visited Mexico a long time ago. Oh, we just got money! Thank you, Michael Luders, for the 11.99 euros. Ooh, that's nice as in euro. Now I'm at $41.86. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Definitely gonna help me eat today. Awesomeness. The dude says I like his extraterrestrial corn. Oh, good for you. Okay, great. So, let's resume with the interview. Yes, because I'm doing this interview with you live. I mean, I could be doing it on my own, but where would the fun be in that? I'm Piper Blush. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, so that, well, next time I go live, you actually are one of the first ones to know. And share this video with everybody you know, because, I mean, we're getting deep here. I saw that you visited Mexico a long time ago. What did you like and what would you like to try? Okay, so I see this guy is kind of like, I think, well, from Mexico, so he speaks Spanish, and that's why some of the questions are a bit like me trying to speak English. There's some, but I think I get it. So I visited Mexico twice. And like somebody says in the comments, yes, I was with Ana Marisax in Mexico about, I would say that was like the beginning of YouTube. So yeah, probably 8 years ago-ish. 8 or 7 years ago. I did like it. I did like the resort I was in. It was beautiful. It was the Grand Paraiso, like crazy big resort. Very expensive though, even for like Canadian people. It was almost like $1,000 per night. But it was quiet. It was nice. I met Anna there. We went to like on the 5th Avenue, which was cool. So this is more like Cancun area, if you know Mexico a little bit. So like East Coast. Then I went back to Mexico. So actually I went 3 times, yeah. Then I went back to Mexico another time in Puerto Vallarta, so on the west coast. And again, an adult-only resort. It was nice, but stayed there too long. And I did the not resort life. Like I would go out and do things, which was, I guess, nice too. Mexican people are great. It's Latin culture, very warm, very nice. I mean, seriously, that's something I like, being more from the east coast of Canada, like French Canadian. I think Anglophones kind of miss this kind of Latin vibe. They have less of it, and French Canada, well, in Quebec has a little bit more of it. And that I have to say I enjoy a lot about just Mexican people in general. And then I went back to Mexico like 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now. And so I went in another resort again. I went into Swingers Resort. Why? Because I hadn't tried it yet. That's why. So tried it. I actually hated it. It was like really, I did not like it at all. Now, the main thing I hate about resorts in Mexico, and I've been in only one in Cuba, so I don't know if it's like that in other places in the world, is that they try to sell you this thing that is gonna make you like come back. So they try to sell you this kind of like, it's kind of like a timeshare, but it's not a timeshare. It's like for like all these hotels, and they were asking for like $130,000. Yeah, and you need to sign today. And then, well, you can't kind of get out of the contract, and so that I hate this kind of scheme that they have in these Mexican hotels, and again, it's maybe in other places, it's not just in Mexico, for sure, to kind of sell that to tourists and like white people, I guess, to try to get money from them and try to get them come back. I mean, this is so much money. They're just scamming people. They're like, when do you have to buy impulsively? In Canada, it's not even allowed to buy impulsively. You can always change your mind. There's like a cool down period. In Europe, it's worse. The cool down period, I think, is like close to 15 days. And so they ask you to like sign now, or else you won't have all of these things that are not even things. Like they just give you a rebate on your vacation. It's not like you still need to pay your vacation on top of the $130,000. That's in USD. So for a Canadian person, it's almost $150,000. That you need to like give right away to have discounts on your stay later. Like imagine how crazy that is. And that I hate, and they've done that the 3 times, and I just think it's a big scheme, and I would love for this to disappear. At least give this money back to the people that work there in these resorts. And even one of the girls I talked to about it, she was like, yeah, I know about it. It's a scam, but what can I do? I work here. So they tell them to not talk about it and not discourage people to actually sign up to this. But this is like old, like selling tactics that are really bad. I mean, we try not to sell like that in Canada, and part of this selling techniques are probably illegal in Canada. So to take advantage of these people that are there on vacation, that are probably drunk, that are having a good time, of course, and to sell them things that are, well, really expensive, like a cash down on a house, like, you know, like a cash down on a mortgage type of expensive. I think that's just not fair. That's just awful. And you shouldn't be able to do that in any country. So that I really hate. Yeah. But for the rest, like I said, people, awesome. Now, are you still there with me? Yeah, we got some people. Okay. Now, let's see this. I also have seen that you're dedicated to music. Or was I wrong? Could you comment on how making music came about? Okay. So the thing is, well, as a YouTube creator, or like a YouTuber, I guess, call it however you want, there's copyrights on music. So you can't actually take somebody else's music, or else your video is going to be demonetized. So you can, but then you don't make money from ads, or you don't make money from like all of the money you're kind of, could make. So your video is not monetizable. And well, YouTube doesn't post that on it, so they don't show it as much because they're not making money, blah, blah, blah. It's a big wheel. Meaning that at one point in my YouTuber career, well, I was like, if I make my own music, then YouTube cannot demonetize my videos. And of course, videos are better with music. Look, that's YouTube music. That's not my music, that's YouTube music. So I took it from YouTube. But if I were to post that on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere else, it would get demonetized because it belongs to YouTube. It's a YouTube copyrighted music. Though they allow creators to put it and still put ads on top of it, it's a YouTube thing. So, well, it just came to be that it would be a great idea to make my own music so I wouldn't get demonetized. And then the making of the music became a little bit more, and then I decided to release a song, but I'll let you find it. Because it's a bit different, and it's a bit for other types of people. Not just for the people that follow me here. Alright? So that's all I have to say about music. Now, somebody says, you're leaving Canada. Yes, I'll tell you where after. Now we're doing the interview. Focus. Focus. I'll tell you the places where I want to go live, possibly. Here we go. He says, you speak Spanish? Or would you like to know more words in Spanish? Well, I know the essential. Una cerveza, por favor. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, okay, well, the thing is, I'm Francophone, so I speak French. And Spanish is not that far from French. Okay, I don't understand everything. It's not like I understand everything or I know Spanish. It's just that if I'm surrounded by Spanish people, Spanish-speaking people, it can be Mexicans too, I kind of get the gist of it. Maybe a little bit faster than Anglophones, because they have the feminine, the masculine. We have that in French too. Some words are similar. I mean, a lot of things kind of make sense, even though it's not the same word. So for that sense, I guess I like Spanish a little bit. I don't know a lot of Spanish. Like, I cannot have a conversation. Just enough to kind of get around. I guess if I get lost, I would kind of know derecha, like kind of know asking things and how not to get lost, but in like baby words. I just know words. I don't know how to put them together. So do I want to learn more Spanish? Well, I don't really need it right now. you know? So if I were to move to Spain, Mexico, or a Spanish-speaking country, of course I would learn the language like I would in any country I go move to. I mean, when I was in Malta, I thought about like learning Maltese. It was on my list. And then when I was in Cambodia, I learned a little bit Cambodian. I mean, you need to kind of, assimilate, like be assimilated by this like country you're in. So yes, but being in Canada right now, I don't really need it, so it's not necessary. I find it cool to know a little bit and to be able to understand a little bit, but as I said, if you're Canadian, you either need to know Chinese or Hindi, or Punjabi or Mandarin or Cantonese, and then you're gonna be fine. Like French is not even a thing. It's like it's not. And I know English, I'm pretty good, but the rest of the languages, unless I need to, I mean, I'm not gonna, learn them. Makes sense, right? Being a very pretty woman. Oh, thank you very much. And content creator. What do you like about your body? And because. Okay, so that's pretty easy. What I like about my body. Genetics. Okay, so I don't need to work out. I know this may come as a big surprise, but okay. I need to work. I mean, I would need to work out a little bit more if I really wanted to have like this top model body, which I kind of have already without working out. But if I were to work out, like, I could get fit really fast. Like, it's a genetic thing I have. I just really don't work out, and I look like this. Now, of course, my booty can get a little bit more soggy if I don't, like, do enough things, like everybody. But in general, that's what I like about my body. I don't need to give it that much love, and it looks like this. That's a great deal. Though, I mean, there's some downsides too. People always think that like you're super into sports and they want you like to pick you in their sports team, and you're like, no, I don't like to get hurt. So there's that downside, but for the rest, it's all cool. Okay. On your next visit to Mexico, would you like us to carry out some activities or challenge as content? Oh my god, challenges are awful. Like, have you seen Wayne when Wayne like ate the one last chip challenge? Like, this is awful. I don't know why Wayne would do that, but Wayne, I mean, you do whatever you do, and I was there to show the world because I'm like, is Wayne is gonna suffer like this? At least I'm gonna show everybody I can't, so it's not in what's that word? So it's not in faint. I mean, so like it's worth something, So in Mexico per se, there's not really anything I would like to do in Mexico. I guess, okay, maybe if I think about it, like really, really hard, really hard. I guess, like, I've been to Mexico 3 times, mostly in resorts. I know, it's really bad. It's not like the real way to experience things. But I guess if ever I became friends with somebody who is from Mexico and they would invite me, like, in their house, and they would make, like, hot chocolate for me and, like, real cuisine, and I would get really, like, this culture shock. Because when I was in Mexico, I have to say, like, some places I was at, I was not game eating food in the street. Like, not game at all. And I have the body like this, but, if I eat weird food, it's just gonna be weird. I'm kind of weak person in general. I don't need much alcohol to get drunk. That type of person. So, I kind of would like to maybe have more of a culture thing. But again, I would need to know somebody. Because, like, some countries are more dangerous than others, of course, and I didn't feel safe sometimes going there or eating food in the streets there. But that's my personal experience. That's why, if I had to say activities or challenges, I guess like a real culture thing. Like really living with some real people, being friends with them, and seeing their daily lives and routine, and for them to explain everything about the avocado cartel. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, don't go anywhere. We still have the Where Are You Leaving to, Piper? But here we go. With this, we finished the interview. Well, thank you very much. It was a great interview. And could you send greetings to the readers of Play Magazine, please? Well, I'm Piper Blush, and this interview was for Play Magazine. Thank you very much, Play Magazine, for having me. And Ivan Garcia, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Garcia, probably. Ivan, I have no idea if you say that differently in Spanish. But thank you all. This was amazing, but don't go anywhere. This is the end of the interview. I mean, I'm not done.